there! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi, hi. Oh, I'm so excited to finally finish the event. It's gonna feel so satisfying. And I had a sandwich just now so that I feel pretty good. Dad got 2 different sandwiches and then he gave me a piece of each. One was some sort of chicken sandwich. The other one was beef. They're both good. I was surprised. I'm like, what? You got food? You're gonna bring me food? Oh, okay, I guess I can eat that real quick. And of course you gotta eat a sandwich while it's still fresh before it gets soggy. But I finished it in time. Kind of. Hoo hoo hoo. But yes, what happened last time in the event? My favorite thing going on during the event right now is the thing between Swire and Bison. I love how they were just planning on partnering up in the end anyways. But no! The other groups are trying to ruin the plans. But nah, I believe in them. And oh gosh, the sheep. The sheep are chaotic as usual. Oh man. I'm hoping that the scientist from the museum, she's not gonna be... I hope she doesn't go full evil. Like, please, ma'am, no! Come on, I have some hopes for you. And then there's our unsung hero. Mr. Costa, I think that was his name. I hope he's gonna be fine in the end too. Let's believe in him. And yeah, the lobby music's pretty catchy. Now for a cry on my shoulder. I hope I don't have to cry on the shoulder. I was looking at the map and I'm like, okay, there's only one exit. That's not too bad, but so many entrances. But now we're gonna believe. Cave. I still don't get it. Why would a lady like you choose to spend your days in a hole like this? Aren't you afraid of the infected? Are the infected not but normal people saddled with misfortune? Just like this child of mine, yet unborn. Maybe she'll become infected herself. Or remain a lucky one who just makes friends with them. Either way, I wish for her to live in a city full of love and goodness. If continuing to mine here will harm the environment... if continuing to mine here will harm the environment, shouldn't we stop? For now, the city can only rely on nature's bounty. Even so, our descendants will definitely carve out a home with their own hands. I hope that then you and I, and all of them, that all of us will find our own place in Siesta. The elderly unhindered by age, the sickly unburdened by despair, that is a siesta of my dreams. That is a siesta I wish for my child to see. Could that really ever happen? Well, let's start with the mines. That gentle scholar sounds nice. Little black sheep, why are you all alone? Do you know where the rest went? Also, you keep eating those old signposts and addresses and letters. Is it because you're lost? Can you understand me? The fluffy creature remains silent as it sniffs about, picking the next signpost to be devoured. Nom nom nom, words delicious. Ooh, hello? Did you get lost when Siesta moved? Or is your home on the undeveloped plate instead of the mines? The fluffy creatures paws the grounds urgently as Adele stands, silently looking at it. Where does it want to go? Hesitantly, it approaches Adele, pressing its head to Adele's chest as if listening to her heartbeat. Ba-dump, ba-dump, ba-dump. Not the sound, not the sound. The fluffy creature lowers its head and continues following the path ahead. Are you looking for your home or your friends and family? Do you know where to find them? The fluffy creature turns its head, staring inquisitively at Adele. Adele, where are you? I need you to help me with some data. Can you come to the museum now? Adele looks at the expectant creature in front of her. Professor Keller, I'm sick today. I feel dizzy and I have a headache too. Also, my legs hurt. I feel terrible, she says with a slight smile on her face. Terrible? Adele, what's wrong? Do you need to go to the hospital? Do you need my help? Do you have medicine on hand? How's your body temperature? Are you feverish? Oh, I like how caring she is. Instead of being like, okay, understandable, take the day off. It's like, do you need help? Ooh, hello, hello. I feel like this sheep is just built different. He's like, I don't want to be chaotic like the others. I'm gonna be chaotic in my own way. Instead of surfing around in the air or in lava, I'm just gonna eat stuff. No, Professor Keller. I'll be fine. I'm at the hospital right now. With no reply forthcoming, the fluffy creature stomps the ground impatiently and turns to leave. Adele rushes to keep up with it. A car speeds by, frantically honking at Adele, who's just taking a step forward. Honk honk! My ears. Adele? What are you doing here? Weren't you... But, Professor Keller, What a strange-looking hospital this is. It almost looks like the outdoors. Ha ha ha. I must have been pushing her too hard if a girl like Adele feels a need to fake an illness to rest. Adele, if you're feeling overwhelmed, you could take a day off to rest. Turning its head to confirm that Adele is no longer following, the fluffy creature skips off and leaves the street. Professor Keller, I want to take some time to relax here. What if I told you that I want to offer you a job with stable pay that isn't detrimental to your health? I'll even provide special lodgings for you. Don't worry, I can guarantee the working environment and conditions, as well as medical services. You just need to pay a portion of the rent to the government. Heh, even you can't go on, can you? I don't know what those government people are on about, but I know this much at least. These things take a lot of money, not a mere 100 or 1,000 gold certificates. With this money, I might be able to buy a decently comfortable bed, eat a nice meal, and it may even save my life if it comes to it. But it can't build what you're promising. I can do it. Doctor, if you were to say that you build us a cheaper hospital, frankly, I'd be really grateful, and I'd actually believe you could do it. But saying that you provide jobs, homes, and healthcare... Just look around you. It's been so long, and this place is still undeveloped. I beg you to place your trust in me. I'll stand by my words. So if there really was a place like that, would you be willing to move there? Would you be happy with it? Frustrated, Kaylon feels her heart hammering in her chest, its beat pounding in her ears. What was that? Sorry, I missed what you said. I said even Mr. Pelipper, our boss back at the old mines, only got us so far with all of his wealth and power. Doctor, we don't know you, and you don't owe us anything. We'll be grateful even if you just come to treat us once in a while. The fluffy creature trots ahead, Adele following closely behind while Keller walks apologetically beside her. After hesitating several times, she slowly opens her mouth. Did you know, Adele, Siesta's layout remained the same even after it moved. There's a coffee shop down the street. Adele continues hurrying along the path without stopping, as if chasing after something. Katya, Magna, and I met at that coffee shop. Adele stops moving and squints into the distance, trying to spot the shop. Is it that one over there? I can't see the sign clearly. Mockingbird Cafe. Keller sighs in relief and changes her tone. I was just a student back then, knowing little about the world besides what I read in books. Katya and Magna burned. Two young flames, with eyes even brighter than obsidian. My parents. What were they like back then? Brilliant, interesting, and very attractive. That last part, though. So yeah, I was into your parents, both of them. Of course, some people thought that they were weird. Not professors or scholars. They were more like two vagrants chasing after volcanoes. They liked bright clothes and accessories, believing that they granted courage. They would sometimes camp beside lava flows just to feel the movement. Eh? I thought they'd have banned that kind of thing. They did. They banned me from doing it, because I once followed them to collect some liquid from a sulfuric acid pool, and accidentally stepped in a pit of boiling water, as one does. Katya managed to drag me out. I hadn't even felt the pain yet, but my shoes had already split like garlic cloves. I gave Magna quite a fright. Even though it was an accident, she kept trailing after me from then on, fearing that I'd just fall into another hole somewhere when she wasn't looking. The fluffy creature seems to realize something, turning its head to look Keller up and down. As if worrying for her, it butts her ankles and even tries to eat her shoe heels, so that she can walk more comfortably. Just like Muti worrying about me getting hurt. Magna, you couldn't compare her care for me to what she felt for you. Sorry, I was lost in thought. After you were born, I came to visit you occasionally. I thought you looked so much like your parents. You doing the same work as them now feels like... It feels like a part of them has never left, that they still remain here. If only they were still here. Following the salty scent of the sea carried on the breeze, the fluffy creature begins scampering away. The towering cranes of the undeveloped plates peek over the horizon as Keller hurries forward and turns her head. Adele, Magna once said that we are like tiny little ants standing on this vast landscape, talking big about how we plan to conquer it. Look at the both of us now, Adele. Two little ants standing here, facing this building dozens of times bigger than us. I used to think that I would be just like before, feeling infinitesimally small and amounting to nothing. But it's only now do I realize some things are too hard to say aloud. Professor Keller, what do you... Nothing. Adele, how can I tell you? You can still see the little bit of the old siesta from here. Mount Siesta's over that side. Who knows when it will really erupt? The creature carrying a miner's lamp slows down and stares blankly in the direction of Old Siesta. The waves wash over the distant gravel, the surface sparkling like brilliant gems. Once it erupts, once the museum is ready, my work will finally be done. I'm sorry, I've taken up so much of your time, Adele. It's alright, Professor Keller. There's no one else who can tell me about my parents anyway. I'm really happy to know these things. Keller stands and brushes the dirt off of herself. Are you leaving now? Maybe I need to buy some courage, like in that dream you mentioned. Goodbye, Adele. See you tomorrow. Rest well and don't tire yourself. Adele glances at the creature still staring blankly at Old Siesta. Bye, Professor Keller! The fluffy creature stands motionless on the beach. Did you find the place you're looking for? Adele sits down next to the motionless creature. Let me guess. You're a miner who wanted to return here? The creature shakes its head from side to side, pulling its gaze from the ocean to Adele opposite itself. Its clear eyes look up at her. It chooses an old signpost as it steadily paws at the ground. Ba-dump, ba-dump, ba-dump. Slowly, it turns to leave the area. No?
No. I'm just an old man who likes collecting pretty rocks. I can't do what you want or help you at all.
Mr. Brown, those workers said that your father owned the mine, and that they all worked for you for many years. Even after the move, you still helped make their lives better under the table.
Yes, that's right. My father's mine made them into infected. While I decorate my house with rocks, they risk their lives to dig out. Am I helping them? As if. They're barely surviving as it is. At most, they're not jobless.
So you admit it?
No! My god, calm down, woman! Don't you go breaking my collection!
Well then, let's talk about your collection. Before Siesta moved, this obsidian was an extremely precious ore. However, only obsidian that was pure enough or which reflected the colors of the rainbow could fetch a good price. I'm sure you're aware. Kaylin bends down and drags out 2 boxes of ore from behind the cabinet. So, what are these? Why would a collector like you have crude, impure obsidian like this? Exactly like the obsidian the workers squirreled away.
Humph, what would you know? All obsidian is precious to me.
Then why did you stop the workers from mining? What stopped you from working them to death instead of arranging gainful employment for them as drivers, ticket sellers, and security guards?
Those are lifelines they found for themselves.
Oh? So you just helped them along while indirectly earning money off them?
Yes, it's absolutely right.
Why do you refuse to admit it? They're not living well right now. The obsidian that they mined propped up Siesta, but now... Pelipper heaves a great sigh and sinks back onto his seat.
Missy, do you think it's that easy changing the politics of an entire city? Look at them now, look at me. You've heard them call me Mr. Brown. Brown Mines, the entire company is in my hands. But even I can't build a factory for them to make a living in. The government will harass me, my peers will plot against me, and that's not even considering Columbia and Victoria. Just keeping to ourselves here in Siesta isn't that bad. You do know, Columbia's infected pay sky-high insurance premiums, and then sends them to mine in the wastelands.
I know that! That's why I came to you for help. You have far more knowledge and experience with the situation than me. If Columbia uses the infected question to attack us, we can just build our own place for the infected first. If your peers begin plotting, we can try to negotiate with them. There must be something we can do. You can't just hide away in this hot spring hotel forever. What would that accomplish? Ooh, hello? Getting increasingly agitated, Kaylin feels as if her heart is about to leap out of her chest. This is the best leverage for Siesta to negotiate with Columbia right now. But you seem... Yes, I'm 5 months along now. The doctor says it's a girl. Congratulations! But then you... Siesta needs to develop. It can't wait any longer. That's why I want to help these workers. I want to teach them. I want them to learn how to avoid danger, how to observe the environment, how best to protect themselves after a catastrophe. They've only gotten by with experience so far, but I can give them knowledge. Will that work? The mine is huge and there's so many illiterate people who only know how to earn money. Father says things like that are very common, and that there are also many workers, so we don't need to care too much. That's different. Tom cares, Hank cares, Billy cares, many workers will care. I also want to push a new policy regarding the current state of these workers. These workers who've contracted neuropathy due to obsidian mining should be taken better care of. But Father tells me that the government will never have time for this. They only want to earn more and more money to develop Siesta. Then I will bring their attention here. I can't just sit in an office all day with the knowledge that they're getting hurt and sick. What will that do? The lady gently caresses her pregnant belly, feeling the little heartbeat of life growing peacefully inside. Ba-dump, ba-dump, ba-dump. Miss, may I have your name?
Young lady, what's your name? Who knows? I might see you again in the future. If you really manage to do something, I'll lend you my help.
Barbara Doikos. You can call me Barbara. Kaylin Doikos.
Alright, I'll remember.
Oh, no wonder why Mr. Pelipper was so nice. He was influenced by Kaylin's mama. Oh, that's sweet. That's adorable. Anu, hello. How's everything going today? Pretty good, but I'm being a little bit bad. I have some classwork due before midnight tonight that I did not finish yet. But it's okay, I'll finish it in time. Last time I finished it with a minute to spare.
Wait, Doikos?
We're near Fashion Street already. Where are you actually going? Little black sheep, what does the mining lamp on your back really mean? The fluffy creature continues forward leisurely, searching and chewing. Sounds pass by its twitching ears, the sound of wind, people, and in the far distance, the rumblings of volcanic activity. Brump, brump, brump. Sounds like sparking thunder resound in its ears, overwhelming the sounds of geologic activity and flowing magma. Brump, brump, brump. Hey, I'll finish my classwork in time. It stops in the middle of the street, blankly looking from side to side before it breaks into a sudden run, sprinting away on all fours. Wait, where are you going? Did you find it? It's here?
Barbara was your mother? Hold on! Wait, this.
Standing on a chair, Pelipper retrieves a delicate box from the top of the cabinet. Behind the glass cover, a large uncut geode lays there, obsidian crystal sparkling.
No, wait, I should call them over. They were the ones who left me this. Tom, Hank, and Bill. I need to get them all here.
Yes, Barbara was my mother. Mr. Brown, what is this? Who are Tom, Hank, and Bill?
Kalon Doikos. This is a gift that those workers prepared for your mother a long time ago, to celebrate your birth and express their gratitude.
A gift for mother? My mother?
In the end, she wasn't able to receive the gift. I'll explain to the old men when they get here. I want them to see me hand this over to you, your mother.
Ba-dump, ba-dump, ba-dump. Ba-dump, ba-dump, ba-dump. Little black sheep! A fluffy creature steps into the hotel as if guided by a sound. Ba-dump, ba-dump, ba-dump. This sound is coming from a lady, her chest heaving from agitation. The heart is beating. With each beat, it transports blood across all four limbs. It carries nutrition from the mother's body all the way to the slumbering little infant. That tiny little heartbeat has grown up. Ba-dump, ba-dump, ba-dump. The fluffy creature rests its head on Kalon's chest. Kalon doesn't see anything, but she feels a sudden warmth. It's heavy, as if something has fallen into her lap. Kalon? Aya? Kalon suddenly feels as if she can see something growing heavier in her lap. Aw, the sheep was looking for her. A little sheep gradually appears before her, its head leaning against her chest as if listening to something. Ba-dump, ba-dump. Kalon's heart is beating violently, making thundering sounds that only she and the little sheep can hear. She sees the little sheep lightly nosing the geode before bumping her forehead with its own. This is... the little black sheep. She's no longer lost. Aw, that's cute. That is adorable. That's sweet. She seems to have found what she's looking for. Lost?
Arg, don't drop that geode. If it shatters, I'll be done for.
The little sheep nimbly leaps from Kalon's lap and disappears into the mist. What was that? You saw it, didn't you? It's a farewell, I guess. A farewell and a reunion. Goodbye, mother sheep. Assuming that's mama sheep, but that's kind of questionable with all the chewing stuff. Mother? Why would you be chewing on stuff like that? Maybe she had weird cravings. You know, I'm not gonna judge her. I don't know what it's like. Because she was looking, or the sheepy was looking for the heartbeat, so I'm assuming it was probably getting the memories of Barbara while she was still, like, pregnant, if anything. And maybe she had weird cravings. She could have been nomming on signs. As, I guess, one do. And how do I want to do this? Oh, this is kind of tricky. Okay, that's fun in a way, too. Well, let me put her... here? Here. Here! Yeah, that looks good. Hoo hoo hoo. I need a healer. You know, having a healer would be smart. And I can be smart sometimes. Okay. And I'll bring her out. Susie, save me! Let's get some of this mist. I need it. Okay, we broke that. We need even more if we can. Okay, that's pretty good so far. Where else does she go? Over there, okay. I can afford to put more people down, like over here. Boop. Foo foo foo. The event is fun, but it does have really, really bittersweet undertones. Not full on depressing, though. Oh no, look at those sheep bouncing. No. Stop. You just like not sheepies? Please, can you just like not? Seriously? I'm sorry, Myrtle. Need more bottles for me. I need even more bottles. The more of these bottles, the merrier. Okay. Go get him. Good job. Yeah, Dollar Sheep could be like... Oh no. Kind of like... I guess memory their spirits.
Mission accomplished.
And now darkness. I recall this place being industrial land, not suitable for casual visit.
This spot is the closest we have to Old Siesta. So just let me sit here quietly.
Is that so? Can you even see anything from here? When we're so far from there?
Rhode Island's official office should be pretty close to the city hall. It's been 2 months since you returned, and you haven't paid me a single visit.
Shouldn't the mayor be swamped with work at this time of year? How would you have time for family? When you're free, you should go for a stroll around the streets, listen to the people grumbling about you. Then you'll understand how you've been doing.
There are many things I could have done a better job with.
As a siestan, I want to ask the mayor a question. Why have all the volcanoes, coast culture, and music that we're so proud of completely vanished? Why are there so many people struggling to integrate into their new lives? Why doesn't City Hall do anything to help them? I want to pin the blame on the City Hall too. They should have prepared for the move sooner. But as Herman Doiko's daughter, I still have to say this. It's been hard for you, Dad. When I came back this time, I had planned to help Rhodes Island establish a branchy office here. But I understand the infected in Siesta are facing some extra challenges right now.
Columbia's pedantic word game and their laws is just another card for them to play. They don't care about the lives of these few infected. They only want a slice of Siesta's future large-scale international trade pie.
8,573. I looked into the info. That is the number of registered infected who settled in Siesta last month. You can either impose a ban to prevent any more infected from settling on Siesta's nomadic plates, or hand them a larger sum of money for their health insurance. From a bystander's point of view, the latter is not an option for City Hall.
There's no way I could have forgotten that my other daughter is infected herself. In our short decades of history, Siesta has faced many difficulties, but the path Siesta takes is always in the hands of us Siestans. I will think of something. There is always a way.
Then allow me to help you out a little. To square off against Columbia's word games, you can likewise designate an area outside the nomadic city and declare it for development, which will be done by the infected. And as for what kind of work, my two friends recently arrived are also interested in helping. A budding logistics company should manage to provide many jobs. In addition, I will use Rhodes Island's resources to establish a treatment center for the infected. This is something I've always wanted to do. For Shuar's sake. And for many more innocents besides. I'm not just someone who needs your care. I'll find my own way to protect Siesta too.
I seem to remember my daughter not having a degree in politics.
I guess I've been unwillingly influenced, that's all.
Politics is no simple thing, but I'm happy to hear that you have such thoughts. I'll earnestly consider the infected treatment center you mentioned, and I'll continue cooperating with Mountain Dash Logistics.
Ever since you became mayor, Siesta has been relatively relaxed towards the infected. Some people say you're just putting on a show to win the minor support. Others say you're just trying to make more money from tourism. And now, I'm more inclined to believe that the things you've been doing are related to Mom. Aw, cute. Ooh, hello?
When did you find out?
Just earlier, I heard a little story about her. You've never taken the initiative to tell me those stories, and rarely ever actively bring up Mom with me.
Barbara was a Victorian. To the Siestans at the time, Victoria, who wanted to annex us, was our greatest enemy. I was busy with Colombia and Victoria diplomacy, but I never dared to let anyone know that my wife had just happened to be from Victoria. But Barbara never took it to heart. She had her own things to do. She said that she was protecting the city in her own way, and you too.
Protecting the city in her own way?
You never lived a day of your life with her. But what you said just now is exactly the sort of thing she'd say.
She was a great woman.
And she had a great daughter. Thank you, Kaylon.
Aw, that's a cute moment together. If Dolly's herds were souls, would that be something questionable? A questionable thing to do for Dolly? Not really. If they want to stick around, they can stick around. If they don't want to stick around, they don't gotta stick around. I'm assuming. I don't think Dolly's, like, keeping them hostage. Could you lower the camera a little? Angle it upwards a bit, so I look a little more imposing. Wait, too low. Alright, that's good. Check the recorder, too. Everything I say has to be crystal clear. Ooh! Hello, Mr. Adams Schweier. As always, I first wish you good health. By the time this disc reaches you, I should have completed both my siesta trip and all the business objectives I sought to accomplish. Perhaps you may still take this as a child's folly. No, your insight must have recognized the value of the city, the value of a free and independent entrepot. I've known from my first day here in Siesta that I've been told by some of our people watching my every move, perhaps at your behest, or perhaps that of your other heirs trying to obstruct me. But that no longer matters. I've long since realized that trying to read your mind is a laborious and pointless endeavor. But if you are the one standing opposite me, then I've won this time.
What did you call me here for exactly? To give you a report on the project. Mountain Comtrade has signed an agreement with Siesta. If everything goes smoothly, construction will begin around autumn. When the logistics center's construction is complete, we'll open trade with 3 countries, Sargon, Victoria, and Colombia. As the supply chain matures, we'll increase our scope. The natural trading advantages that comes with the independent state of New Siesta and the locals' eagerness for foreign goods will give us confidence in any new future developments here at Mountain Comtrade. You've always told me about the future you envision and want to realize in Mountain Dash Logistics. And now we've taken the actual first step. I've already seen the report on this project. Well done. You didn't let me down. No. I should say that your growth makes me proud. Give yourself a proper vacation for the rest of the summer. Thank you for your approval, but there's another report you haven't seen yet. It's regarding the progress of Mountain Comtrade splitting from Mountain Dash Logistics. Oh? A split, eh? From now on, Mountain Com Trade will cease to be a subsidiary of Mountain Dash Logistics, and the series of projects we'll do for new Siesta's core development will have no connection to Mountain Dash Logistics. Do you understand what you're implying? As president and CEO of Mountain Dash Logistics, you will no longer have any right to interfere in Mountain Com Trade's affairs. Mountain Dash Logistics will need not bear any of Mountain Com Trade's liabilities or responsibilities. Of course, making such a decision without you in the loop has its uncertainties in the process. If you don't agree with my decision and follow up with legal action, I'm afraid I'll be in a lot of trouble. What I want to know is, why do it this way? Isn't this a step you've always wanted to take? Not having to care about the constraints of the Federation of Enterprises, letting Mountain Dash Logistics make an actual change across the land? You really have surprised me. It seems like you've mustered the strength to do this. Of course, I found a reliable business partner.
I like the difference in their plans. Bison's just like, yeah, Dad, sorry, I'm breaking up with you. While Swire is just making a... kind of like a diss track for her family. As one does. I like it. The last few days of the Siestan holiday have shown me what a young and yet vibrant city it is. Its youth carry with it plenty of problems, though. But it is precisely because of its youth that it holds unlimited possibilities. In fact, there's a question I've been thinking about for a long while. Just how is it that you, an old man on his way out, are able to keep an iron grip on the many faces in the family with your own clandestine agendas? I thought and thought before I finally came to a conclusion. You've allowed yourself to become a symbol. No one knows your true intentions, nor do they know whom amongst them has your confidence. This fear of the unknown leaves them with only one option: to acquiescence you. That's how you manipulate the Federation of Enterprise and even Lungman's economic lifelines for so many decades. I may not ever manage to learn this trick of yours, but such a style of control always meets an end. How will the Federation of Enterprises cope without their leader when you're gone? How many of them will take advantage of the chaos to recklessly reap personal profit? I think that's something you wouldn't want to happen either. Perhaps you still have faith in your personal physician, but as a soon-to-be commissioner of the Lungmen Guard Department and also part of the younger generation, I must make plans for a Lungmen future without you. The Lungmen Order can't rest in the hands of just one person.
If I hadn't become a messenger, I wouldn't have known about the various differences between the many countries and regions on this great land.
Do I feel malicious intent or playful time in Siesta? It's not really malicious on purpose, if anything. Dolly's still sus, but I feel like if the sheeps are spirits, it's understandable that they go crazy. They're like, hey, I don't gotta worry about things anymore. I can do what I want.
The vast distances in between make communication difficult and cause the different cultures to grow into their own distinct styles. So when someone builds a bridge between these countries and regions, it's bound to trigger drastic change. Many people instinctively fear this sort of change. Some prefer to stay passively conservative, and others look to take advantage of the turmoil for personal gains. But the act of changing the landscape itself surely has a positive significance to it. This is Mountain Dash's ambition, and also my own as a messenger. I've never regretted becoming an LGD superintendent, but in this past few years, I've realized that I can do more than just maintain Lungman security. I also have the power to help build it. The cooperation with Mountain Com Trade is my bargaining chip. I believe international trade will be an indispensable part of Lungman's future economic market. And at that moment, when they're all staring emptily at the legacy you've left behind, I will use my own means to secure a seat in Lungman's Chamber of Commerce and lead a new order. No matter how brilliant the sunset is, a new sun will always rise. If Grandpa sees that tape, he's gonna be like, dang, Swire's got guts. I like her. Got all that, Snowcent? Yes. Miss Dwyer, that whole speech. Send this recording to Lungmen.
I wish I could see the old man fuming with my own eyes, but I can probably imagine what it would look like. I wouldn't be surprised if all my cards are frozen for after a while. Really? Then will we be stuck here? Won't you lend me some money? If you really need my help, Miss Dwyer. Just kidding. I brought enough cash for the both of us to fully enjoy our vacation. Any further annoyances will have to wait until we return to Lungmen. Alright, now that we're all done here for real, let's officially begin our holiday. You go, Dwyer.
You should just give up on straightening that parasol. The skies are turning dark by the time you got it up. There's no more sun to block anymore.
Swire is doing a lot. But then again, she does have the motivation. Lots and lots of motivation, like, F you, family, I'ma do this my own way. Humph.
We gotta get the grill we use for our old shop up and running. It's almost been a year since we've set up a booth, but it's definitely going to be popular today.
Sandworm legs? But no one supplies that nowadays. Sandworms have legs? I want to eat that. That sounds interesting.
I found a cellar at the fair earlier. I kept some for you, in the fridge behind the guitar.
Really? Awesome! Phew. Mr. Tom, I've got your cold drinks here. Anything else I can help you with?
Thank you so much, sweetheart. You've been so busy helping me with so many things. Here, this cone is for you.
Thank you. Are you guys going to sell barbecue again?
It's for a party tonight.
A party? Why haven't I heard of it? Let's all meet up before everyone... let's all meet up before everyone from the shopping district moves. We won't know when we'll see each other next, or when we'll open up another shop. Be careful with the fire, everyone, and stay safe. Don't go too close to the beach at night. I'll do my best with anything else that needs doing. Didn't you come here for vacation with Swire? After spending a few days here, I think it's more fun this way. Hello. May I know how much this harmonica costs?
You can have it if you like. But if you want an instruction book or something, then I'll take some of your money. Haha. That's how I make sure the people who buy instruments learn how to play them.
Do you know how to play the harmonica, sir? What's it like?
Of course I do. The feeling of playing the harmonica, huh? It feels like the wind, when it blows through the leaves and they make that rustling sound. It feels like stepping on a beach with with the seawater slapping the sand around. That's what it feels like. You'll know it too when the smoke from my grill rises and the strings on my guitar move.
Come, eat anything you want. Feel free to bring your own meat too. I can help you grill it. Hold on. I have some leftover streamers from the last time I moved out. Just wait a sec while I bring them here. Wait, I'll come too. I want barbecue now. I was so happy eating my sandwich earlier, but now I want barbecue.
Ennis, help me bring these over to the party. Whoa, aren't these wine bottles from your collection? Feeling generous today? Just treat it as a goodbye to the shopping district and ode siesta too. When I was a kid, the adults used to say that the volcano would erupt one day, and now, we're really leaving this beach and moving to a new home in the nomadic city. All homes end up demolished someday. Even this magnificent, sturdy nomadic city has no way to live longer than that volcano.
Ooh, hello.
Now that the volcano's waking up, Siesta can't sleep in anymore. We should just move along with the nomadic city. That's pretty transparent of you. So are you still sad to leave the shop? What difference does it make? Even if I know there's no choice, I still have to prepare my goodbyes. I think about that a lot, and I still can't figure it out. I don't know where's the most meaningful place to be. If I go, then does that mean... When I was your age, I wasn't thinking so much about such things. My head was full of places I wanted to run off to. I wanted to get to know all kinds of people, play all kinds of rock music, learn local languages, and figure out how to fit them into a song. You know yourself, it was those days that I met Chuck and Siesta. We wanted to see the beautiful white volcano people kept talking about,
though we spent months wandering the beach and volcanoes with no luck. And just as we were about to leave Siesta to continue chasing the legend, we found in a corner of the fashion street a baby sleeping soundly. So we stayed in Siesta, opened a bar. Chuck continued his travels while I decided to hang back and see what this kid would grow up into. And here we are. If we hadn't found you, the white volcano would have been just a name on a legend. Later, we adopted Lut and Liv. You've all been growing up, and you've also stopped laughing as much as you used to. But on that day of the trade fair, all the surfboards in the shop disappeared, and the three of you looked so flustered, drenched in the hot spring water. But you looked so happy. Tell you the truth, I was happy too. In that moment, I was thinking it'd be nice if some of these changes let our family stay as happy as we ever been. After all, I care more about you kids than the white volcano. I also want to wait until the white volcano's done renovating, then I'll... Leave it for now. Our old friends can't wait any longer, so go bring the booze over, Ennis. It's fine, kiddo. No need to worry about me. Whether you want to stay here or go see what's beyond Siesta. Whatever your plans, just go for it. Like I did when I was your age. If you wait until the strings are loose, you won't get to play the songs you want to sing. Ennis. Aya, why aren't you joining them? I'm not good at dancing, and it's still a bit difficult for me to keep up with the rhythm. Well then, I'll keep you company for a bit. We can chat. The last time you came to see me, you said that you were experiencing hallucinations and seeing sheep. I thought that hallucinations were some kind of symptom of neuropathy back then. But back then, I saw it too. It was small and warm, leaning on my chest, listening to my heartbeat. I'm sure I saw it and even felt it too. It's so strange. I don't know why, but it makes me suddenly think about my mom, even though I've never met her. Aya, just what was that sheep from that day? I had a dream where I was wearing Muti's protective gear, played with two little sheep for a whole night, and they spoke to me a lot. The dream felt so familiar. It was just like when I was a little girl, together with my parents. Some fireworks suddenly explode a little distance away. The sky is not dark yet, and the smoke leaves a long trail. The children who sneakily set off the fireworks, run away laughing, followed by their parents laughing as they scold their children. When I was little, I didn't have much chances to play like that with my parents. They spent all their time on volcanoes, so I fell in love with volcanoes too. But since that day, I've been thinking, they're still climbing even now, aren't they? If I was in Dolly's herd, yeah, I would do whatever I want to. I'd want to surf in the sky and the volcanoes. Heck, I'd want to go deep, deep, deep underwater, see if I can go with the deep ones too, just mess with them. Perhaps my mother is still doing what she liked to do. But Aya, isn't it strange for me to be thinking like this? I keep thinking these last few days, it would be great if I could see that sheep again, or if I could dream about it like you were talking about. Have you seen that sheep again since? No, it was the last one I saw. Hey ladies, enough sitting over there. Come on over and have some barbecue. Your barbecue is really tasty. Aya, did you try the last time you were here? I don't remember. The last time I visited, Kaylon was still all huffy and puffy. Hey, that's ancient history. Let's not bring it up. Aya, what are your thoughts on Siesta on this trip? Compared to last time, it's much more relaxed and more romantic too. You should visit more often, as long as your health permits. You'll be able to see it then, a better and better Siesta, thanks to the joint efforts of so many. The two of them stand on the barrens, looking towards the sky. Towards the sea. They can vaguely make out the shadows of some volcanoes. When do you think they'll erupt? When it happens, there'll be so much more work to do. Yes, and when the time comes, we'll do a great job ourselves. Or maybe we'll get to see the little sheep again. Hello, Professor Keller? Alright. I'm heading back now. What's the matter? There's a little problem with the volcano observation data. Is it going to erupt sooner? The data fluctuates a lot, so maybe it's just an anomaly, but if there's really a problem, we'll make a broadcast. I'll be counting on you if it comes to that, Kalon. Volcano eruptions are scary. The last time there was one, my friend sent me pictures. Skidamarink. Oh no, I gotta protect two. But it's okay, I got this. Ooh, thank you. I'm gonna try to see if I can do this with just my regular team. So then I can farm easily in the background while I do my homework tonight. Adele, what a wonderful name. Can I just call you Adele? Have you heard about the thing everyone does the first time they climb a volcano? Take pictures, maybe? It's roasting Falby's eggs in the lava. What a thing to do. Now I want to try that. But having climbed 27 volcanoes, I can promise you that, when it comes to cooking eggs, lava and originium stoves make no difference whatsoever. Yeah, you're bound to burn them regardless. Hey, you always eat them right up. Do I always do these readings for the events? Yes, I do. So this is what a volcano really looks like. It's very different from what's in the books. Don't worry, Adele. Just stay here behind me. Anywhere that you see me stepping is going to be safe. If you're nervous, why don't you take my hand? I'm fine. Adele, you asked us before why we love volcanoes, right? I promise you this. Once you see a volcano erupt with your own eyes, you'll never forget the feeling. I like to sit on the slopes and meditate. The land and us are both full of mystery. And even if we spend our lifetime seeking answers, we may not be able to solve even a tiny fraction of them. Still, I do enjoy the puzzle solving. Mankind may have invented nomadic cities, but we still haven't completely figured out how catastrophes form. We may have invented many tools with originium, but we also have no way to counter their effects when they backfire. Humans need to admit just how insignificant they are when they come face to face with nature's mighty forces. That way, they won't spend so much energy meaninglessly slaughtering each other. Adele, don't mind Katya's pessimism. Not everywhere is as simple as siesta. It's natural for him to grumble when, as a scholar, he's all wrapped up in noble bickering. But on these issues, I've always looked at things quite differently from him. Naturally, humans are insignificant, but it's exactly because we are so insignificant that we can live on the land. You're right, Magna. Life is insignificant, yet mankind insists on seeking answers in the earth with their insignificant lives. When you look at it that way, when they are inevitably swallowed up by the same earth, you can only accept their fate as par for the course. I should be prepared. But how am I supposed to face the abyss alone after the two of you are gone? This kind of makes me want to see a erupting volcano myself, instead of just having my friends send pictures. Professor Keller, here's the last 2 hours of data we got from the monitoring station number 1 before the signal was lost. We've never seen abnormalities like this. We have no choice but to consult you. The surface gas concentration hasn't changed. How did the temperature go up by this much so quickly? If the data were real, then that means the energy accumulated in Mount Siesta suddenly increased tenfold. No, it's not possible, no matter how you slice it. Ignore it as a point anomaly. Inform the city government that the volcano has become more active, and to have the citizens prepare. That's all we can do. Professor, this may not be your usual point anomaly. My parents mentioned some similar situations in their research notes. The temperatures in the volcano surroundings were abnormally high and didn't match the other data. They never found the cause, but this can't just be explained as a coincidence. Professor, shouldn't we head there to take a look at the situation ourselves? Monitoring station number 1 is about midway up the volcano. It's very dangerous to go up there now. This kind of data anomaly could just be an equipment malfunction. There's no need to take the risk and head there for on-site inspections. We can adjust the final observation results based on the other monitoring station's data later. Professor Keller, I don't understand. You kept saying how important this observation was going to be, that it's an opportunity that many scholars have been waiting for. Tens of thousands of the residents could have their lives upended. Shouldn't we be as careful about this as we possibly can? If we run away now, isn't that admitting their sacrifice was for nothing? The girl's voice is quiet, and her body is trembling ever so slightly. It seems that she spent quite a bit of her strength just to express her honest opinion. Keller appears to be a little dazed. Right. How could a sacrifice like that be meaningful? It doesn't look like I'm going to convince you. If you aren't willing to go, is it okay if I go alone? Don't be absurd. We don't know what's going on at the volcano. I can't let you go somewhere so dangerous all by yourself. Do I think it's the volcano itself or some outside force? I feel like it's the volcano itself. Just based on volcanoes here. Random eruptions that can be like, teehee, random explosion! Or, just a tiny bit of lava. Blip. So just based on like personal experiences, I think it's just the volcano. Professor Keller, would you return my mother's protective suit to me? Is there anything we can do but eat? If this goes on, my stomach's gonna explode. Listen to a few more guitar songs. I kind of feel there's meant to be something more exciting. How is it supposed to be as exciting as the Obsidian Festival? The crowds are massive, the streets and shops were endless, and the music never ever stopped. That was so much better.
Say what you will, but this party reminds me of the first Obsidian Festival.
The first one? How many years ago was that?
Not a whole lot of people still remember, but the first festival was actually held in the mines. It was run but a bunch of miners. Yes, there weren't that many people, much less decent musicians. They just strummed their guitars and played a few songs they wrote. That's how it all began. Nobody back then could have imagined it would grow so big and attract so many guests.
Is the after party gonna come back too?
Ha ha ha. Now, no one can say for sure.
But if you guys are moving to a city center, does it mean that these shops are gonna be closed forever?
Probably. We might have to make a living some other way, but nobody lives a life without change. That said, whenever we have free time, we might come here and set up a stall, play a few songs. If anybody comes, we'll give them a few skewers to snack on. If nobody comes, we'll just look at the sea and what lies beyond. I brought a can of sand from an old beach here too.
If the volcano does end up erupting, the old place is going to be covered in ash, right? All the paths we've taken, the shops we visited, the beaches we walked, everything will be buried under a pile of volcanic ash.
But you'll still remember our party here tonight, won't you?
Of course. This too is a new memory. Oh gosh, the ash. My friend says that when there's like raining ash, it smells really, really bad outside. And that everything gets gross. And you gotta like clean all the cars and walls and stuff. The shop owner strums a guitar, and the voices of the crowd romping around can be heard from afar.
Hey, you guys aren't gonna dance? This is the time to dance, kids. If all you do is eat and chat, that's not a party.
But I love eating, sir.
Here, let me play something. Care to join us, ma'am?
Of course. Bayer strums her guitar strings, and the gentle melody starts to envelop the city plate. Lying on the grass, the people gaze up at the night sky, fireflies, and stars up above. Then with a buzz, a disharmonic electric sound can be heard. Volcanic activity indicates Mount Siesta will very likely erupt within the next few hours. The nomadic city has already departed the area that will be affected by the eruption. There is no need for alarm. The tremors brought by the eruption could lead to a tsunami. All citizens should evacuate the coastal areas immediately. All citizens should evacuate coastal areas immediately. It's happening today, now. Really picked a terrible time. I know, right? So terrible, right? When the party's starting. Maybe it's the perfect time. What do they mean by evacuate coastal areas immediately? Is this place gonna be flooded? What about all this stuff? Are we taking anything with us? Anything we leave is gonna be washed away, right? Don't take anything, just go. The shop owner stops playing and looks at his partner. The oil fumes originating from the barbecue have yet to dissipate, and her face is still tinted red from the joy that has yet to fade. She regretfully puts down her barbecue skewers. It's possible that after we leave, the waves will swallow up all of our footprints today, including my grill and your guitar.
Looks like the volcano and the sea are here to help us say goodbye to all that we had in our past. We should head upwards. It won't get flooded there. We'll have a new life.
Over at the city center? I'm always worried that it could be too cramped there. There's not enough room for all your instruments in my grill.
But there's enough room for the two of us.
The owner looks into his partner's eyes. His eyes are glittering. Suddenly, she starts laughing. Right, that's more than enough.
That's right, dear. That's more than enough.
That was smooth.
Come, let's get Tom. With how old and frail he is, we can't just leave him here to cry over his precious ice cream.
Hey, Tom, time to go. If we don't leave before the waves come, you'll get sucked into the sea with all your ice cream.
Ow, ow! Where's the young lady who helped me bring the ice cream? We can't leave her behind.
Yes, take care of Grandpa Tom.
Found it. The two missing pages. There's no doubt that this is Professor Katya's handwriting. There's also a military wax seal. Killer, what exactly are you hiding?
Dr. Khan?
It's you. Where's Professor Keller?
The signal from the volcano's monitoring station cut off 2 hours ago, and the data we got in the end was really strange.
Why didn't she inform anyone?
She said the situation was critical, and she had to inspect it herself.
Did she go alone?
No, the intern from Lithuania went with her, I think. We made it to the safety zone, right? This place is over 100 kilometers from the volcano. I'm sure I'll be fine. I mean, that's what City Hall said. But don't you feel the ground shaking?
Ennis, have you seen Liv? Is she not home? She wasn't there when I got back. You mean she didn't go look for you? Shit.
Huh? Everybody's gone. Did everyone go have fun somewhere else? Are you the only one here? Did you get left behind by your friends too? Uh-oh. The transport is parked at the foot of the mountain. The once familiar mountain range now sports a completely different appearance. Like, Khan seems like a pretty good dude. He is super caring. But I'm hoping he's just paranoid. The floor in the mountain has withered long ago, and the rugged rockscapes now look taller than ever. With the sun gradually setting, a dark shadow is draped over the two researchers' minds. So this is Mount Siesta. Adele, be careful. This is as far as the transport will take us. We will have to walk the rest of the way. Monitoring station number 1 is halfway up the volcano. We still have a long walk ahead of us. I'm fine. My energy can keep up still. The scholar lowers her head. Her heart is rending with a sharp, piercing pain. Just who's the terrified one? The volcano is right in front of her, but she cannot bring herself to take a single step forward. Professor Keller, are you okay? Would you like to take my hand? Streams color dark red can be seen slowly climbing their way through the mountain rocks, like the blood veins in one's body, all while the enormous thing breathes strenuously. From the Earth's core to this cliff, they flow through the ages, enduring an intense heat and utter silence. This path seems to not be nearly as long as Adele had imagined. With the strength she has, she can still climb onto this mountain. But this path also seems to be much longer than she had imagined. It's long enough for her memories to be rinsed countless of times at the bottom of her heart. This is where we set up the monitoring station. This equipment. Has someone been here? But there are no other footprints on the mountain. The originium energy response hasn't changed, but the temperature measurement instruments logged a high response. Ooh, hello. She takes a look around and can make out only the dark mountain gravel and molten rocks in the shadows. How strange. The event has most likely ended. Let's tune the instruments and head back. Khan, what are you doing here? Out of breath.
I heard you two climbed the volcano. Why?
Adele was worried because the monitoring station's indices were fluctuating, so we came here to inspect. It was probably caused by an accident. We're preparing to evacuate to a safe observation point. The volcanic activity is definitely starting to pick up. The eruption might happen sooner than expected. Yeah, we need to go.
Stay right there, Keller.
Khan? The man, still out of breath, is trembling. He pulls out a file from his chest, and the moment Keller sees its cover, her expression changes immediately. Khan, just wait until you guys are in a safe place to call her out. Like, come on, Khan.
September 1095. On Mount Una. Why did you suddenly leave the survey team? And in November that year, you didn't attend the Nauman's funeral, but someone said that they saw you at symposium with the military at William University. On top of that, not even Adele has seen Katya Nauman's research data. What is it doing in a letter between you and the Lithuanian military? Keller, answer me!
Professor Keller? Adele, I told you that I'd share everything with you when this observation is done. Khan, it's dangerous here. We should... Yeah, just wait until you're in a safer place to talk, Khan.
Keller, look where we're standing. The Naumans were here, on this very volcano. Are you still going to lie even here?
Khan, there's literally like... lava in the background. Come on, my dude. There's lots of lava and magma. Like, come on, sir. I'm not really one to interfere with human affairs, but this isn't the place for a row. Yeah, I'm on Dolly's side here. Even Dolly's like, come on, dude. Not now. I'm hoping that...
Let's show them what we can do.
I'm hoping that Keller didn't do something shady and like push them or something like that. I'd be sad. I'd be sad if she did that kind of thing. Like, I'm rooting for you, Keller. I'm just hoping it's all a misunderstanding. But we'll find out soon enough. Though if anyone gets hurt, it's because Khan is stalling. Like, come on, Khan. No, I'll put over here. Yep, this seems good. Right over here. Yes, indeed. Okay, preparing some more. I should bring out a healer soon. You know, that'd be smart. And I can be smart at times. And there I go with the healer. Yep, that's still good. Can she reach these? She can! Oh, that's fun. Okay, speaking of reaching, oh no, there's Dolly there to cause some mischief. What you doing, Dolly? What the Dolly be doing? Well, I'll find out soon enough what the Dolly be doing. Actually, where does she reach? Nope, right out of range, so... To bring another healer. Oh no, that was bad. I didn't even realize everyone went because I was staring at the top. Oh, my bad. Though if Hana ends up just being paranoid and nothing bad actually happened, I'd be like, bro, seriously? And this is fine so far. I think this is still a doable run. A little bit salty, but still doable run. I'm just gonna keep her here. I just need Myrtle to live so she can give me more... Give me more thingies. I think this is not too bad, considering. I do really need to bring out more people. Okay, let me put Mud Rock here. I probably should get more of these, too. I need to bring out a healer real badly. As soon as I can, I need a healer. Dolly, can you just, like, stop up there? Dolly? Dolly, no. Bad Dolly. Dolly, what you doing, Dolly? Dolly, stop it! Sheesh, Dolly. Oh no, what is he doing? Alright, this is fine so far. I'm just gonna wait to see what things happen. I never want to fight the Emperor. But oh gosh, Dolly, you ultimate troll, I thought you were just here to have fun, Dolly. What happened, Dolly? Stop being sus, Dolly. Oh man, I can't get rid of that. That's the worst part. Dolly, stop it! Dolly, no. Dolly, seriously, stop. Well, if you're the only one that gets through, I guess it's kind of okay, but not really. Just get out of here, Dolly. Just get out of here. Get. Dolly, can you just, like, not? Come on, Dolly. Stop floating there menacingly, Dolly. I said that you're gonna be the one to get away, Dolly. Oh no, explosions! Okay, that wasn't too bad. Or actually, maybe there's hope that I can bully Dolly. Get out of here, Dolly. Or maybe never mind. Whatever, get out. Or actually, maybe, just maybe? Or not. Get out of here, Dolly, whatever. Yeah, just go. Oh no. I'll have to hit him with the bottles the next time. And maybe bring some other support, not just my regular team. Well, I'll still be able to do it. As long as no one else gets through, there's still hope in the world. Not a perfect run, but a decent run. And that's what matters, I think. That be copium here. Copium at its finest. But now this is fine so far. Like actually decent. Okay, let's just let them go through a little bit. Go get him, Susie. And then Texas. Woohoo! Oh, look at them enjoying the lava. Oof. This is just the right temperature. Hot springs are fun, but the temperature is a tad bit too peaceful. This temperature keeps my head clear, helps me think about the real important questions. Say, which did the planet birth first, lava or rocks? Let's start from the very beginning. Lava wasn't lava and rock wasn't rock. All things are a cycle, and they take different shapes during their changes, and so they were given different names. And yes, I stream on YouTube too. I have other types of videos on YouTube. I gotta record more stuff later. Man is always trying to use assertive language to delimit the indescribable natures of the world, almost like it's the only way they can get a good night's sleep. This too goes to show their lack of wisdom. Hey, watch out there. Don't splash all that lava elsewhere, it's dangerous. It's not that likely. But what if someone just happens to walk by? What's with the ruckus? Is someone trying to join us? The enormous monster beneath their feet is breathing heavier and heavier by the second. The temperature in their surroundings has risen quite a bit. The lava spewed out from the volcano's crater rapidly cools and turns into rocks that come rolling down. Con, Professor Keller, this place is dangerous. We should leave.
Adele, you get out of here first. There's something that I need to settle with her, right here and now.
Con, just wait until you're somewhere else. Come on, Con, get out of here. Con, don't be absurd.
When you left them there in Mount Una, what they had to face was much worse. Do you even have a conscience? Is admitting what you've done harder than facing death?
Con, we need to hurry. I won't be able to block the next wave.
Watch out, behind you!
Adele lifts her staff, but the rocks are falling like rain. Her Originium arts are unable to melt all of them down. She focuses on protecting her allies, yet she can't hear their warnings or the sound of the dangers behind her. And look at what's happening now, Con, because you wanted to have your chat there, Con. I saw you the past few days, but it looks like nobody else can. I don't know where you came from, but you're the only one who's willing to hang out with me. I know you like strawberry ice cream too, right? Lies down obediently. Look, our home used to be right under the volcano there, but it's going to go away soon. I actually know. I was abandoned there, and Harley and Ennis found me. I don't know why I was abandoned, but if my real parents ever come looking for me, will they still be able to find me? Daddy is gone, and Ennis is leaving. Little lamb, where do you think our home really is? Where's the friend who ate strawberry ice cream with me a long time ago? Unsatisfied groan. Hey! The ocean doesn't answer her. It merely sits between the two siestas as always. Suddenly, the girl notices that the calm, quiet shoreline has gotten closer to her at some point. The seawater gradually drowned the dry surface and has reached her feet.
Liv!
Their surroundings suddenly fall silent. The bubbling lava, the falling rocks, all of it are suddenly without sound whatsoever, as though time itself is ground to a halt. Adele isn't sure if it is her hearing aids that have failed, or that she has once again fallen into a dream. All she can feel is that she is enveloped by a formless warmth, as though she has fallen into a cozy mattress. Poor little one, you seem to be frightened. Why did you climb the volcano at a time like this? Mr. Dolly? So this is where you've been? I thought you left. Where are Keller and Khan? The labs caused the volcanic anomaly? Am I already dead? Hey, calm down, little one. I know you have a lot of questions, but slow down. We'll take it one step at a time. You are alive and well, and so are your buddies. But I won't let them see me. Once they wake up from all this, all they'll think is that they had a nice little nap. As for all that strange equipment on the volcano, terribly sorry. I told them to be extra careful. I'm not lying this time. But I wasn't able to keep them in check. They were being so rowdy with their fun, and I'm not lying about this either. Having fun on a volcano? Of course. Didn't I tell you? This is the second best thing on the planet, volcano surfing. Adele lifts her head up and looks into the distance. There is lava gushing out of the crater sporadically, but she can faintly make out silhouettes of critters enjoying themselves. At the same time, there are many more creatures happily making their way toward the crater. The mountain is covered in a blanket of white wool, almost like clouds have come falling down from the sky and draped themselves over it. Mr. Dolly, these sheep aren't just your clones, are they? Oh, you realized it, have you? Just as I said, I've met a lot of interesting folk during this long time I've been around. Oh, don't get the wrong idea. They aren't souls or anything. There's no way to keep lives that have been lost. I simply copied how they looked and made all these little ones. It's like a personal collection. I thought you liked them.
Ah, yes, a personal collection. You there, you interest me. I shall make a clone that's like you.
That sounds kind of cruel.
Dolly's playing Sims.
Look at me talking on and on. I only just noticed that you found the fur too. Yeah, it's been way too long since the last time I saw them. Just then, another scar appears on her old, tattered protective gear. I should have guessed. It's an apt metaphor, isn't it? Animals need very thick fur to protect themselves. Same for humans. When I see you standing here like that, it's like I'm looking at those two old friends of mine. I really miss them. Oh, you are no praise for me for inheriting their exquisite mantle. It's just, I'm guessing that you miss them too. Poor girl. Why can't you just open up and admit it? No need to act tough. You shouldn't keep yourself so on edge either. No one will deny a girl your age the right to feel sad or afraid. You need to learn not to act tough. If you're tired, stop and take a break or cry your heart out. Mr. Dolly, is this scavenger hunt just a game? It's true that it's not really all that mysterious of a puzzle. I just wanted you to have some fun, Adele. I had lots of fun during my time in siesta. I don't understand. Why are you taking such good care of me in particular? It's simple. A girl as lovely as you is a rare sight on this world. Misfortune may find you often, but if you have no less love than anybody else. Actually, I saw you a long time before, back in Lithuanian. A little girl always earnestly reading her books in that tiny little spire. As a child of two genius academics, many had high expectations of her. She was seen as a gifted caster and scholar. Outstanding, remarkably talented individuals like her are always burdened with achieving results to match their talent. Even if they are inflicted with an incurable disease, they are seen by others as a tenacious role model. Young Adele, has anyone ever asked you what you wanted? Take a look. There's so many people and so many lives all around the world. You know volcanoes like the back of your hoof. But there's so many fun things out there besides volcanoes. Why not see for yourself? Thanks, Mr. Dolly. I've had a lot of fun these past few days. I can smell half a lie. Just half. We'll leave it like that. Like this for now. It's nearly time. I really want to invite you to come try lava surfing with me, but the human body is too weak. I'll take you through somewhere safe. Then we'll have to be ready for the opening of Volcano Paradise. So long, Adele. Thanks, Mr. Dolly. Will we meet again? Perhaps. No, maybe I should say we will meet again for sure. I hope that the next time we meet, I will get to see a truly happy Adele. Promise me this? Yeah. The fluffy creature shakes its body a little, walks forward a few steps, and lightly brushes the girl's cheek with its snout. That answer, though, that he just wanted her to have fun. It's like, thanks for that answer. Thanks, Dolly. If only you guys didn't, take all that stuff, or at least that one sheepy didn't just grab everyone's things. Then it'd be more fun. Oh, I almost forgot. I owe you a reward for finding all 3 things. Mr. Dolly, do you know anything else about the death of my parents? What I mean is, the thing you've been looking for isn't volcano watchers? You've been talking about volcano watchers? Surprise? I thought... There used to be a lot of volcano watchers going on Mount Siesta's hills. They look pretty, and they're tasty. That's why the little ones ate most of them up. Wow, Dolly, wow. So that's what you're talking about the whole time. Of all the stuff, Dolly. Oh, Dolly. Huh. There used to be a lot of volcano watchers growing up on Mount Siesta's hills. They look pretty and they are tasty. That's why the little ones ate most of them up. Then I realized that they kept on eating them, and it wouldn't be long until they went extinct. That's why I planted some more of them in a secret spot behind their backs. So, the volcano watchers aren't extinct yet. That's good news. Then where did you plant the flowers? Oh, just on top of the hill around the back of the volcano. By volcano, you mean this one? The one that's about to erupt? Good job, Dolly. Yeah. Alright. Okay. Ennis? Are you... leaving? Out of breath.
Why'd you run out here all by yourself?
I thought you weren't ever going to come back.
Are you kidding me? When you're on an adventure team, you never work alone. Let's go home.
The seawater has risen above their souls, making it difficult to even walk.
Hurry.
At first, the waves are just a hazy line at the far reach of their vision, but in just the blink of an eye, they're right here in front of them. Oh. Sorry, my door got knocked on. Let me see who's out there. Just a moment. BRB. Okay, back. Hi. Ready to finish the event. Foo. Hopefully no more disturbances occur. At first, the waves were just a hazy line at the far reach of their vision. But in just the blink of an eye, they're right here in front of them. Ooh, how am I? Pretty good. I am excited to finish the event tonight. And then I can farm in the background while doing homework. Ennis tightly clutches his sister as the waves beat against his less than robust back, causing him to stagger. Another taller wave is approaching them.
There's no way. Let's try this.
Well, that's terrifying. The waves are terrifying. Ennis tries his hardest to feel the rock in his body. It's close to his heart. Every time his heart beats, he can feel its hard texture. A rock the size of a man rises from the ground in front of the siblings and immediately crumbles, just barely withstanding the crashing of the wave. There's an intense pain in his chest. Ennis!
Look, didn't I tell you? I know magic.
Ennis wipes the blood on his face and pulls his sister so that she isn't hurt by the crumbling gravel.
Quick, hide behind me.
One, two. Seemingly formed by the white waves, a countless number of fluffy creatures rush towards them from the coast. They stack together and form a wall, or more precisely, a dam. The waves clash against the furry dam, completely absorbed by it the very next second. Ooh, hello.
I must have gone crazy. What exactly is this?
Having absorbed the seawater, their white wool has grown even puffier, enough to help to keep the siblings safe from the dangerous waves. Okay, say thank you to the sheep and run now. After who knows how long, the ground has finally stopped shaking, and the waves gradually start to calm.
Are we saved?
Shivers, shakes to dry body.
Thank you?
Happy bleat.
Some tips for
Arknights. Oh gosh, I am so bad. I brute force my way through things. Unlike strategy, I don't know her. Waifus and husbandos over meta, but if waifus and husbandos are meta, even better. Or even better. Just like cotton candy dissolving in the water, the beastling suddenly disappears.
I guess that's a near-death hallucination.
Ennis! The night deepened, and at some point in time, the bustling crowd's clamor gradually started to fade. Someone has taken out a guitar and started playing a gentle melody. Almost like some kind of tacit understanding, everyone looks in the same direction. A pillar of smoke gradually rises from the volcano's caldera, followed by spews of dark red and ash gray. The ground is trembling slightly underneath their feet.
We're so far out. We definitely won't get caught in that, right? It still came. Oh, it really erupted.
Sob! The people in the crowd hold the hands of those around them. Parents hug their children tight, as pedestrians begin to hold their breaths. As though they all finally feel the weight off their shoulders, or perhaps like a giant boulder has finally crushed their hearts. Sighs and quiet mumblings can be heard amongst the crowd, yet this just makes the whole street seem even more quiet. This continues for a very, very long time, until the crowd snaps back from the sight before them.
I can still recall that. Back when I was a young boy, my parents would take me to this little hill. It was full of flowers and trees whose names I never knew. There's so many of them, and they smelled so wonderful every spring. My father was allergic to their pollen, so he would wait for us at the bottom of the hill. My mother and I would bend the flowers' branches and weave garlands. We ran and ran across the hill and waved down to the bottom of the hill. That won't ever happen again.
Mr. Tom.
It's nothing, girl. I'm just thinking about the past. I used to sell ice cream every day, meeting all kinds of children. Now my children are all in Colombia. They didn't come back home, even for a time like this.
Sir, your children are far away. It's possible that they didn't know Siesta's volcano was going to erupt today. They might be on their way, or they could have a package still in transit. I came here because I wanted to build a logistics center that connected all regions and shortened the distances between them. Maybe someday you'll get things from all different places more quickly, and your children will know how you're doing that much faster. But we're still a long way away from achieving that. Just now, I was thinking that I might be able to do something to help.
What's that?
If anyone needs to send a postcard to family abroad, Mountain Com Trade could deliver them for free the next few days. By the time they get them, or when they come back after they get their postcards, Siesta will be a better place than it is now. I'll do my best to make this a better place too. It's a small wish of mine, aside from my commercial ambitions.
Thanks, kid.
It's such a nice thing to be able to write to your family. When I was studying in Colombia, I would sometimes get homesick at night. I always wanted to write home, but I couldn't afford international postage, so all I ever did was cry myself to sleep. That's when I remember a poem that means something like, wheresoever someone is, the twin moons in the night sky are all the same. And if we look at the moons, even the greatest distances are nothing. Does Siesta have any songs like that? The old man clears his throat. His beard slightly twitches as though he remembers something and starts singing a song stiltedly. The volcanic ash slowly spreads, covering half the sky. Each day I linger.
Each day I linger, aside my dreams. I've lost my way, I'm a fowl without wings. I grasp at hope, I'm holding on out.
Oh wait. Another thing that, or a person that you should really raise, that I can recommend for sure, Myrtle. Oh, Myrtle. She helps so much with cost. Myrtle for the win.
Oh, on the road, will I come tumbling down? And maybe something scares me if tomorrow's sun I see. But I'm just heading far, and I'm no wanderer. I'm just heading far, I'm no wanderer. 'Cause right out there, I've been looking to be.
Lady Kalon. Schwartz, what are you doing here? I had a few missions for Rhodes Island, but I came as soon as I was finished with them. It took me forever to find you. I've been searching the crowd for a better part of the day. I have your favorite tea in my bag. I'll give it to you as soon as we get back. And I also wanted to come back. They see the rocks and their memories crumble as the magnificent evening glow they had never before seen rises from on top of the volcano. What? For the PV, what I thought was gonna happen compared to what actually happened? Well, the thing with Ennis and his sister, it happened like I thought. I thought she was gonna follow a sheep and then something would happen, and that's pretty much what happened for that part. Like, gosh darn it. A pink smoke covers half the sky and gradually flutters downward toward the ground. Although they did not see it for themselves. They know a memory that belonged only to them has now been forever buried beneath the white volcanic ash.
Am I seeing things? How did the top of the volcano turn white? What are you talking about? I don't see it.
Siesta has been wiped out. I think reborn might be the more appropriate word here.
I say remember this day forevermore. How about we call it the Volcano Festival?
Hey, a new festival has been born. Sweet, peaceful dreams to each evening. Not a worry, not a sweat. For what's gone is gone, and the future will come. The sun will rise tomorrow. Happy days. See you, Siesta. See you, Siesta. Don't be sad, Lady Kalon. Tomorrow's a new day. Right, tomorrow's a new day. Okay, if that white volcano activities only occurs when Dolly's herd is present. That would make sense based on like all the fights, all the smoke.
Hey, you ugly ass sheep! Keep my vinyls out of your stinking mouth. No chewing on my limited edition shirt either. Watch the lava, damn it! Heat degrades a vinyl sound. You think this gonna wear out my patience? You got another thing coming. I do this 10,000 years. Dolly, I swear, I'm gonna feed your clones into the wolves.
I fear for Emperor. All this time he was trying to find the sheep that stole his vinyl record. And of course it brought it to the volcano of all places. And now for sunny day. Another sunny day in Siesta. Ending time. Some ecologists have categorized all the fowl beasts on this great land into two categories, way fowls and home fowls. The former will, owing to climatic and ecological shifts, constantly relocate as they look for more suitable habitat for survival. While the latter, once settled in their habitat, will stay for good and stop at nothing to protect their homes. This biological theory was later borrowed by historians to suggest that all conflict between the races on this continent stems from the differing views between those who can only live in one place and those who drift nomadically. Afterwards came yet another supplementary addition to this viewpoint. There were originally no home fowls on this great land, but as the fowl beasts gradually gathered in places, built their homes together, and crafted a collective memory, the home fowls came to be. I won't miss it this time. According to the route on the map, Siesta is just right over this peak. Siesta is right here. She looks all around her, but only snow fills her vision. Where am I? Sounds like someone got lost.
Yo, been a while.
Oh? What brings the Emperor here to Siesta without an obsidian festival to draw him in? And your shirt, it seems something burned a hole through it.
I'ma ask you to change the topic there.
I collected a good amount of material in the last few days, and should be able to quickly put out an album after I return to Columbia.
Ain't a lot of musicians I look forward to, Byard, but you one of them.
I can't help but recall the first Obsidian Festival I attended, when I was chatting with Barbara about the future of Siesta she saw. If one day, when the city leaves the volcano and obsidian, leaves a charming scenery and coastline, just what will remain of it? She said that music is kind of a carrier, but the most important carriers are actually the people living here. As long as there are people willing to sing in joy or even sorrow. As long as they're willing to enjoy the sunset afterglow for a moment when the evening comes, Siesta will remain the same.
Young people can't get all hung up on nostalgia. Makes the music stale.
That's a little too harsh, Emperor. Even in our fleeting lifetimes, you can feel lost if you don't occasionally look back on the path that you traveled. You have to look back from time to time to see if you've left anything precious behind on the road.
So now that all the past's done and been buried under the volcano, how's about Obsidian Festival 2.0? Just so happens it got me some investment plans.
If we want to revive it, Should we come up with a new name too? Volcano Festival? That seems a bit too obvious. Oh, right. I did see an adorable creature on this trip. How does Marshmallow Festival sound? Marshmallow Festival sounds like it's edible, Byard. If I hear there's gonna be a Marshmallow Festival, I'm gonna get excited thinking we're gonna eat a bunch of different marshmallows, maybe make some s'mores. And then I found out like it's a concert. I would have such mixed feelings. Especially if there's no actual marshmallows.
Damn, Byard. Your taste in ain't 1,000th as good as your music.
The volcano observation data is all here, Professor Keller. We've collected some really valuable information, and I'll go back after sorting these out.
Thank you for all of your work. You really are already a scholar in your own right. Katya and Magna would be proud. This protective gear is also... Compared to the one on display, it really is. The scholar's voice trails off, and she stares at the familiar coat for a long, long time.
I want to scale more volcanoes in my mother's gear. It'll keep me safe. I want to thank you too for your guidance during this time. I've really learned a lot. By the way, where's Khan?
He's gone back to Lithanian early for work.
Professor Keller, I want to apologize to you on Khan's behalf. He must have misunderstood something.
Don't mention it. Adele, have you never suspected me of anything?
Adele lightly shakes her head. I don't know. I know very little about that period of time, and it seems like everyone was deliberately hiding it from me. But I saw my parents' notes and that photo too. I just can't believe that someone who has been them on so many volcanoes and through so many dangers would ever do something to betray them. Nikon was really into them. She said they were smart, they were fun, and they were good looking. Yeah, Keller would never do anything. She loved them too. But that's funny. Khan's just like, oh, I made a oopsies. He got embarrassed and he left. Khan. Time to bonk him the next time we see him. There's something I want to show you. These papers are probably what Khan was trying to find. Aside from the copy stored in the Lithanian archives, the only other that exists is with me. These are discarded documents, so it's nothing confidential, but I was only hoping that no one would ever come looking for them again. The scholar retrieves a cardboard box from the bookcase, the personal effects of 2 other scholars within the small container. The age documents case has words like highly confidential written on it, with an obsolete stamped on top. Project Reagan Shaher. Is this Vati's military research project? Katya and Magna both wish to stay pure scholars their whole lives, and indeed they strive to fulfill this ideal. But reality means that it can be hard to stay pure. After the coup in Lithanian more than 2 decades ago, they were always getting caught up in disputes between the nobles, so they had to make some compromises in order to continue their research work. Katya handed over some of his research results to the army in exchange for a relatively peaceful academic environment, while I helped him with some of the follow-up liaison work. But they pinned their hopes on you. They hoped to keep these impure disputes out of your life so that you could study whatever you wanted without any distractions. That is also my wish as well. I hope that when people talk of the Nomans many years later, they'll only remember them as pure academics and great scientists, and that their only child can explore the depths of knowledge without any worries. Vati and Muti, were their deaths really an accident? During the Mount Un observation, an envoy from Lithanian paid us another visit, just as we were preparing to scale the volcano. I was hoping they could complete their work without any interference, so I offered to help them shrug off the military. I didn't expect that mishap. Adele, I dare not ask for your forgiveness. Professor Keller, why do you think this is your fault? I won't question my parents' belief in scientific research because of this, and I certainly wouldn't question you either, Professor Keller. All of you tried your best for an ideal, so isn't it just too unfair to take on any more blame? I think that's how Vati and Muti would feel too. I will always remember the summer when Katya and Magna came to Siesta. Meeting them was the luckiest thing to ever happen to me. That day, a pair of strange foreign tourists walked into the coffee shop, sat at the table next to mine, and changed my life. I got to see a wider, more beautiful world beyond what you read in the books. I had the best time of my life. From Siesta to Lathanian, and many more places besides, many more volcanoes, and many more adventures. I wish I could accompany them on another journey. Professor Keller, can I give you a hug? Yeah, Keller deserves the hug. It really was a big misunderstanding. Stinky con. The scholar takes the girl into her arms, gently resting her forehead against hers. Professor Keller, can I stay here for a while, just by myself? Of course. The girl flips through the old documents one after another and finds a handwritten letter at the bottom of the pile. The above information comes from two scientists who are incomparably devoted to science. They spent and gave their whole lives to scientific research in hopes of using knowledge to protect humanity, seeking a safer and better home. I hope this will be taken in earnest, and this research is used for the right cause. Professor Keller's name is actually... In the corner of the letter is a beautiful signature. Adele Keller. See? Keller wouldn't do anything bad. Heck, the scientist that she loved even named her daughter after her. Yo, that is like the ultimate, like, proof of love, right? It's like, Adele Keller, you mean so much to us that we want to name our daughter after you. Is that okay? It's like, wow, what an honor. Amazing. I wonder if Khan knew that Keller's first name is Adele too. Or if he didn't know, he'd be like, oh, whoops, my bad. That would be an honor.
Liv.
Lay back and don't move. How's Liv? Calm down. She's already gone home. The little one was scared out of her wits, but suffered no real injuries. You're the one that needs worrying.
Good. That's good to hear.
The young man drops back on his bed in relief.
Just how many days was I out for?
3 whole days. Your mom and even your siblings came to visit you every day. Do you know just how worried they were?
Spare me your lecture just this once, Dr. Kalen. I was also saving someone, right? I'm so ready to lecture the little sister of mine.
Ooh, thank you for the raid and hello. I hope your stream went by well. Still trying to hide it? Do you think a doctor wouldn't be able to tell? You've got some nerve to actually study arts in secret. Do you know just how high your blood originium crystal density was when you were wheeled in here? Hello. Hi. I think I'm doing great for the event. I just gotta redo stage 8. The boss got through. I just gotta break more bottles in his face. Oh, Dolly. Dolly.
Is this treatment expensive?
Heh. Even if you were to get a job at Rhodes Island, I estimate it costs you a couple of paychecks.
Haha. I guess I really have no choice now.
But speaking of which, I'm currently preparing to establish a treatment center for infected people here in Siesta. I'm just starting up, so I'll need plenty of helping hands. Would you like to consider staying to help me out?
Dr. Kalon, thanks for the offer, but I already made a deal with my family. I won't be staying in Siesta for a while.
Oh, thank you, and yes, I do read all the events.
If it's possible, I'd rather take a look at the land ship you mentioned that goes to many places. Even if they aren't by my side, family will always be family. I can try to live for myself and do what I really want to do. I also want to see the sights that my dad has seen. Being an explorer sure sounds like a pretty cool job.
It does sound fun. I want to explore. Someday.
What's that sound?
Oh, it must be Swire's construction crew. She really moves fast. The ink on the contract probably hasn't even dried yet.
White volcano. Dr. Kalon, I need to head back first. I'll pay my bills later. Done with work?
That was the last patient. Phew, I've been so busy working on the treatment center these last few days that I haven't had the time to hear about what you've been up to.
Just some missions for Rhodes Island is all. I went to a few more countries and got to know more operators too. When this vacation is over, I might go on some longer missions or be stationed somewhere for a while.
I do want to come with you, but I really can't leave right now. Besides, you wouldn't want me to, right?
Yes, it would be meaningless otherwise.
How about I take you around here for the next few days then?
Sure. Siesta has become even prettier than the last time I was here.
I'm sure you'll see an even better siesta on your next visit.
I believe in you, milady.
They're cute together. Autumn is yet to fully arrive. The sunlight is still warm, but the weather seems to suddenly cool down considerably. There seems to be more people playing in the streets, and a few surprising cues leaking out from some shops.
Please. Please don't tear it down, not yet. At the very least, let me have one last look. Ennis, aren't you supposed to be in the hospital bed? Did they already tear down the white...
Ennis spots a brand new signage at the shop entrance before he finishes speaking. In addition to replacing the damaged light bulb, Harley has also added a little doodle herself. 3 marshmallowy sheep, 1 big and 2 small.
Who said renovation meant a tear down? They're going to build a new water park here. A water park? Then what about the logistics center? I heard the city hall redid their plans, and since Siesta still needs to retain some of our tourist attractions, this street is one of them.
Hey, Swire provides! Like, hey Ennis, what would you think would be fun? A water park? That's a great idea!
Heh heh heh. Pelipper wrapped up and sold several of his shops to a foreign group, saying an investor felt that the previous events had a pretty good reception, so there's money to be made in building a water park here. So our little shop might be able to stay open for a while longer. We went all through that, and in the end... Mom, whose car's that? Oh, someone who came to the shop a few days ago, that rich girl. She parked it there.
A brand new pickup truck in pure white is parked in front of the shop with a small note pressed under the wiper. Helping a friend with some minor troubles.
That lady sure loves to act cool.
Because she is cool!
Thanks a bunch.
Swire's like, I upheld my end of the bargain. Hello, Mr. Adam Schweier, as always. I first wish you good health. Then I've won this time.
Feeble gasp! Do you want me to switch off the television or call your doctor? My seemingly granddaughter. She's finally done a... How many years has it been seeing a face like that on you? I should have called Lynn over too. Don't get cocky. Sooner or later, you too will.
Are they all the same age? Or is like Mr. Adams that much older or something? And hey, welcome back.
Beware the youth, Wei and Wu. Time is on their side. They will always one day stand up to us. I can't wait to see when Hui Jie sends one to you.
Mr. Adams, you funny. He's like, yes, I await the day you get a diss track from your daughter or granddaughter next. So petty. I love it. This is great. Foo foo foo. Ooh, hello.
Neither can I. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Hey, sickle tiger. Lo Bing Fu. Hey, hey! Get the doctor!
Dang, he laughed too hard. Dear Muti and Vati, I hope the both of you are doing well. I'm doing fine myself. I came to Siesta and had an unforgettable summer. It's very different from the ones you two have seen, but still a very interesting city. I climbed up Mount Siesta too. I successfully completed the observation and obtained some really valuable research data. Look at the little baby sheep. I met one of your old friends here. No, I should say I met two of them. They told me many stories about the coffee shop encounter. The one time with the sulfuric acid pool. The stories that happened in the laboratories. And all kinds of things I never knew about you both. Things that happened when both of you were younger. And the other person told me that the past isn't truly over. They're always by your side in one way or another. I have even more reason to believe it now after going through a magical experience. Maybe some parts are made up, but I'm willing to and hope to believe in them. Just like the bedtime stories I used to hear. Vati and Muti, I have to admit that I've never been as strong as I thought. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to hear anything ever again, that the sights in front of me would turn blurry. And it wouldn't be volcanoes or research that eventually took my life, but the pain and suffering of oropathy. If I can, I hope to visit all the volcanoes you two visited, and answer every question posed in your research notes. I want to take a chance and try going on a boat ride in a sulfuric acid lake, pretending to be a tiny stone burning in the lava. Oh, what a goal. Fear is not the opposite of courage, just as death is not the opposite of life. I'm passionate about researching volcanoes, just as I am with my life. Or maybe I should come up with a much merrier way of going about this. But is it too late for me to understand all of this now? Actually, I have no idea where to send this letter. I just wanted to let the two of you know. I'm doing fine here.
Want to mail something, Miss Adele? Leave it to me, and I can send it when I'm delivering the mail. Where's this headed?
Actually, never mind. I think I like to mail it myself. Mr. Ennis, this flower is...
Ah, I dug it out from the hillside when I was looking for obsidian back then. I wanted to give it to Liv as a present, but the petal colors seem to have changed since I came down from the volcano.
Oh, did you get it on Mount Siesta?
Yeah, the back of the volcano.
Hey, it's that rare flower. Good thing Ennis kept one. By the way, the thing you originally came to Siesta for, I found that too. What a beautiful volcano. A volcano is most beautiful when it erupts, even if it only lasts for a short moment. How long will we have to wait for its next eruption?
That doesn't matter.
We can stay here for a while longer. We have plenty of time. Hey, that's a cute ending. I'm happy. So long, Adele. It truly was on the wholesome side. I want to see what Siesta's gonna look like afterwards. I'm excited to see the changes that Swire and Bison are gonna do here. I'm especially excited for that water park. Especially since it's a hot spring water park. I want to go to a hot spring someday. I love hot water. I love drinking it. I love bathing in it. It's just so comfy. And yeah, there really were 2 title drops. Finding out that Keller's first name was Adele was cute. That was like the most adorable thing, actually. This was just a sweet event. I appreciate it. And I'm glad that I was able to finish it today. Reached one of my goals for the week. I'm happy about that part. I'll have to redo SL8 later. But yeah, there weren't too many bad stuff. There was Grandpa Schweier laughing too hard. And there was also Costa's like dad or Gramps too. But otherwise it was a cute event. In the end it was sweet. Very, very sweet. And I appreciate it. But now I gotta work on my homework that's like due in, or my classwork that's due in like, it's 9:19 here. It's due at 11:59. So I should probably work on that. I gotta be a decent student and submit that. Good thing it's online work. That is easier to submit. Now, if I had to submit it in person, imagine going out at like midnight to turn in homework. But with that being said, thank you for stopping by the stream. I hope everyone has a great rest of their day in epic gacha luck. I still need to summon Adele. Hopefully she lets me summon her soon. I gotta hope for the best. Thank you. I'm just gonna hope for the... I just gotta finish it. I only have 2 things to turn in tonight, I think. Yeah, it should only be 2, and then afterwards everything else is due like at the end of the week. But I gotta be good. I gotta start working on it. So, see you guys later. Bye-bye. To be a good student. And then maybe Adele will praise me. She'll be like, wow, Misaki, look at you being good. I guess I'll visit your Rose Island.